Alright, final cut. The other side's already been cut. Sticking close is for fun. Time to clean it up and deburr it and see if it fits. Alright, big test. Let's see. Come on, baby. Go in there. It's tough to get it started. Come on. Why am I not getting this started? There it is. Wow, that is tight. Tolerances. Goes in that one. With no play. Oh. So yes, the mini mill can hold a 1/2,000 tolerance. That is crazy. Alright, clean up more. And then it's time to drill all the holes. Alright, here we are back again. So I've got all three of them cut into almost equal pieces. And you get to try to fit them in here. I know with the tolerances that I held, some of them are going to be real tight. I'm going to have to deal with it with sandpaper. Also, I'm going to have to get out the stamps and stamp the 1, 2, 3 in them if I'm going to try to match them. Dude, long-winded. There's one. The other one free yet? And, oh, they're all free. Alright. Yeah, put that back up there. This one guy goes in this way. Tight. Try it the other way. Wow. Yeah, that's pretty tight. Alright, let's try a different one. Bang. What is binding anyway? Oh, it looks like it's hitting on this edge. Yeah, this is free. There's a gap here, but not really here. So I may have to just touch these up to fit in specific slots where they're all tight, huh? There's a gap there, gap here. It's hitting here. Yeah, it's sandpaper time. Alright, let's sand them down, get them in there. How funny is that? No sooner do I get the die cam than I'm using it already. Because I couldn't tell where it's scraping. Now I can see it's on the insides. Come on. Goes in so far and then it just stops. It's on this bottom edge. And this top edge. Alright. Boy, that's going to be hard to do. But a little filing. And some sanding, I guess. Oh yeah, by the way, this stuff is used in a well-ventilated area. Woo, boy is it strong. Also, when you put it on, you can't keep going over it. You just got to go whoop and let it cover it. And then if it dries and you try to touch it up, it redissolves itself, remelts itself, and so you wind up making a mess like that. So just one swipe, let it stay on there real thick, and it dries pretty quick. So, alright. Well, I've got 2 in there. Jink. Nice, nice. Labeled them. But this, I was reading this. I know a lot of you guys out there probably have this stuff. Did you ever read the label? Causes skin irritation, causes serious eye damage, suspected of damaging fertility. Holy cow. May cause respiratory irritation, may cause drowsiness or dizziness. Highly flammable liquid and vapor. In their legal release, I don't think you could get it any longer than that. Oh, in other words, be very, very careful with this stuff. Keep it closed. Okay, I'm waiting for the 3rd one to dry here. And then I've got a little bit more to get him to fit in there. So that's number 1. 2's done, 3's done. Almost there. Then I'll take it over and stamp them with the numbers. Alright, time to do some stamping. Here's the set. I've had this set forever. I remember making this box when I was a little kid. Alright. I've already used needle nose and pulled out 3. I thought I had stored these things oiled, but boy, they sure are rusted up and in bad shape. So, I'm going to have some work to do to clean these things up. Holy cow. And drench them in oil. Okay, so I've got 3 of them. And I'm going to do a test run first. Run 1. What's this? This is 2. Alright. Hammer. Got a hammer. Alright, how do you hold this thing nice and straight? Put it in there that way. Square it up, give it a good whack. Boom. Nice. Oh, that's good. Okay. I can live with that. Now, where's number 2? That would be this guy, right? That's number 1. This is number 2. And I guess I'm going to be putting him in that way, so let's stamp it right there. 2. I think that made it, right? You read it? Can't see it in the blue. I have to wait until I take the blue off. Okay, that's 2. 1, where are you? Here's 1. 1, and this is 1. This goes this way. Right, I'm going to do it the same spot. Where did I do it? There it is. I did it there. Yeah. Yeah, got it. Okay, number 1. It's hard to not shake here. Beautiful. There's 1, go for 3. That's 2. This is 3. Which way do you put the 3? 3 goes that way. Alright, 3 flips over, goes this way. 3. Right, I hope I got that right. Oh, nice. That came out perfect. Alright, so they're stamped. I just need to clean them up. And then we got some holes to drill and pegs to make. Alright, I tried using a bunch of stuff here, paint thinner, lacquer thinner. Nothing is removing this in their bottle of it or whatever. Says that they sell their own Dicam remover. But when I found that does work, paint remover. Works fine. My wife always takes the newspaper to work, so I never have newspaper. But my neighbor gets the paper and he never reads it, so he just got back from next door. And take their paper. This one's dated way back October. So it does come right off with this stuff, which is nice. It is a little bit on this guy. God, I still have gloves on. Yuck. It'll be a while to get this stuff all off. Alright, I guess I'll bring you back when I've got it all cleaned up. I can touch the camera now without getting a mess on it. Alright, I'm trying to reverse engineer what I did with the prototype. So, looks like, what did I do here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, 6. Because I'm going to need six holes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And they need to be staggered. This is 1, 2, and 3. So I'm going to have to measure from there to there and just kind of start the hole there. But using the gauge pins, I was lucky. The first pin I picked out was a .120, and that was the hole that I used. So, and I wanted to see which drill bit that I used. And for those of you who don't know, there's 3 different sets. This is 1 to 60. And then there's a fractional set, which is a 1/16 of an inch to a 1/2 inch by 1/16. Ow, that hurts. So there's the whole fractional set. And then, I don't know why, but there's an A to Z set. And they're all alphabetical. A to Z. T, U, V, W. It's crazy. So I've got all 3 sets, and it turns out there's no .120 in any of these sets except for the 1 to 60 set. So it tells me this was the drill bit that I used right here to make that hole. So now I guess I just center up and then move in, pull out my, I know I still have the blueprint for the prototype, which will give me the spacing for the holes, but what did I do with the pins? I think, look at it with the eye loop. Yeah, these aren't bought. I machined these pins. Boy, is this going to take a long time. So, drill the holes, and then I got to machine a whole bunch of pins and cut them. And then I remember I just put this in the end mill and cut them all to the same line. I had pounded them in, and they're in there. So, tight tolerances again. Alright, I thought I might as well record the very last one. I'm already done 2 draws. That way you guys can get the dimensions. Maybe if your chuck has got the same dimensions, I don't know. Okay, which one is this? This is number 1. Alright, so this is the back half, that's the front. I want to give it some room to play here on the front, so I'm backing it up just a bit. I've already used the edge finder to put myself on dead center, and I have a mechanical stop so I don't go too deep. And this is free. The X axis is locked, so I want to be right about there. That gives me, I need a little bit more space in the front just in case. Eyeballing it here. Yeah, that looks good, right? Get something there. Oh yeah. Alright. So this will be my first hole. So I zero out the x-axis. Zero it out, right? Yeah, X. That's Y. Okay, Y is locked, so it can't move. X is set. TRO is at 0. First hole. Wait, I got jammed up on there. Alright, next hole, unlock. Oh, I never locked it. I'm still at 0. Next one is 0.235. 0.235, 35. Lock the axis. Real slow starting the hole, because I don't want that drill bit to walk. Slow it down a little bit more. That depth. Unlock the axis, and the next one is 0.470. 0.470. 3, 4, 50, 60, 71. Always overshoot by 1,000. 470. Lock it and drill it. Alright, get that junk off there. Unlock it. Next one, that was at 470, yeah. 0.705. 0.705. 6, 97. I overshot again by 1,000. 705. Ready to go. Ready to go. 3 holes to go. At depth. Alright. Something stuck in there. There. This side too. Perfect. Alright. Throw those chips away. Unlock it. That was 705. Yep. Now I want 0.940. 8, 9, 8, 8, 9, 40. 32, 3, 8, 9, 40. 940. Alright. Let's go. 2 holes left. at 940, still on 940, 1175. 1, 3, 4, 6, 9, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1175. Yep. Last hole, last jaw. Nice. That's it, like that. So 6 holes, spaced apart. Clean them up. That still looks like there's something in there. There. Done deal. Alright, time to machine a whole bunch of pins. Well, there's the first pin. It looks like I'm only going to be able to make one pin at a time, so this is going to be painfully long. Because I need them to be basically 400 thousandths, 0.4 long. And with the way this thing is bending, to get it exactly 0.121, I can only stick it out that far. That's like a ½ inch right there. So, that one's right on the money. Time to cut it off, I guess, and just pound it into the first jaw. Alright, set up for the last pin. Let me tell you, it's been a pain making them one at a time. But I've got it kind of dialed in. Bring it out. There is still, even with this short length, 1/4 inch, it's still flexing. Alright, cut it to length. And my length piece. And a little bit extra for the hacksaw. Face it off. Alright, 3 10,000ths cuts coming up. Dial it in 10. Boy, what a difference. I'm using the A9 cutting fluid, and it's a total mess without it. I'm going to finish on this. That's the first one. Second 10,000ths cut. Third 10,000ths cut. Yeah, I guess it's four cuts. Alright, the fourth brings it to 0 on the dial. I gotta go to 24.5. Alright, 5,000ths cuts. Actually, for these I don't need the fluid. thousandths. Go to 10 thousandths. $15,000. Looks like more than 5,000 is coming off, but this is what I've been doing 15 times. Alright, 20,000. Use that moving fluid to reproduce what I've been doing. Alright, 24 and a half. Come back in and give it a little bit of a starting to the pin, and that's it. That will fit it. Alright, I'll cut it off and bring it over to the vise so I can push it in. Alright, pushing the last of the pins in place. Please don't screw up. It's going in straight, right? Yep, it's straight. I'm going to push that pin in a little bit more. There. Alright. Finally, free of the other two. Now I just got to take them to the end mill and shape them down to height. Alright, time for the moment of truth here. Let's see where they go. Number 1 should be right there. Right? Yep, that's 1. And here's 1. Popping in there. Alright. And snaps in. 2. Gonna hit the guard, and it just clears the guard. And 3. And there they go in. Alright. Now, rather than taking the painful time to make these things again, I was thinking about drilling a hole, putting an alignment pin in here so that I can mount an actual jaw on top of it and bolt it down. That way these guys will be the ones that I'm going to bore out and keep playing with and straightening up. Also, where's my ring here? The ring someplace. No, where are you? I had machined a ring that I'll put the pins in, then I can put the ring and clamp down on it and do the outside. Probably just lay the outside so that they're all straight, and then I can take them to the end mill and cut them all the same length. So that's it for now. Probably video 2 I'll show finishing this stuff off. So hope you enjoyed watching.